Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Westworld. This is episode 4 of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far, and if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So I'm actually really loving the series so far. I think it's really interesting, bit confusing, but that's what excites me because it's really engaging, gets the mind going. I'm liking the action, and you know, I'm very interested to see what's going on with Dolores. And obviously, you know, well, she's being extracted, isn't she? And she's having conversations with Bernard, but like, I feel like Bernard's having his own little agenda going because, you know, what is actually going on with his son? That's a question in itself that we've got to, you know, we've got to keep in mind, because I'm pretty sure when she was painting, when that family come over to her and started speaking to her, and the little kid came and he was like, "You're one of them. You're not real." Makes us think, is he alive or what? Like, what's going on? Because when we seen him sat down looking at a photograph of his son, it just looks like a spitting image of him, honestly. It really does. So I feel like something is going on with him. I feel like he might have been the person that's infiltrating, like, all of the other, you know, like, kind of characters inside of the park, but maybe not as well, because it does seem like it's an upgrade of a code that is also spreading like a virus. And also, Izzy's a saying, you know what I mean? We've seen it. Her dad found the picture. He started seeing reality, started remembering, he got decommissioned. Then obviously he's spoken to her and she started seeing it as well. And then she's come in and she's spoken to MAEVE, and boom, mate, she's seen it. So, I mean, I'm very interested to see what's going on. I'm really liking it. I'm not going to lie, I actually really am. Like I said, keep your eye on, you know, Bernard. I feel like he's got a bigger story to play. But also, an interesting stuff is the high action, crazy episodes that we're getting as well is great. You know what I mean? All the little side stories that's going on. She ended up running to her house, didn't she? Last episode. But instead of actually being taken into the barn by the man in black, she was taken into the barn by, well, another dude. And she ended up like pulling out a gun that she mustered herself. And, you know, earlier in the episode we was told that she couldn't shoot a gun because only certain characters could, you know, have the inputs, you know, they've got the rights, so to speak, to be able to wield weapons. And she managed to go from not being able to shoot one to conjuring a gun herself and actually killing him. So I mean, it's really, really interesting. And also the man in black, or whatever he's called, I feel like he is the second creator of the park, if I'm being honest. And he had a crazy episode as well, trying to find the next level of the game, going around and killing pretty much everybody in a town. And, you know, the little girl was left. He was going to kill her, and it turned out she kind of unlocked the key and told him, you know, the next bit of information that he needed to know. So, mate, I'm actually really enjoying it. Like I said, it's a little bit confusing, but it's also exciting, and it's really, really good so far. And, you know, I do love the information being told, like storytelling / the action scenes. I think it's mixing really well. If you do enjoy today's episode, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Dolores,
Yes,
do you know where you are?
I'm in a dream. My parents, they hurt them.
Limit your emotional affect, please. What happened next?
Then they killed them. Everyone I cared about is gone. They're lost. It's all I have left of them. I feel spaces opening up inside of me, like a building with rooms I've never explored.
Did we write that for you?
I adapted it from a scripted dialogue about love.
I never know if they're telling the truth, me, or if they're playing it on, like in these conversations.
I think there may be something wrong with this world. Something hiding underneath. Or there's something wrong with me. I may be losing my mind.
There's something I'd like you to try. It's a game. The maze.
Oh, here we go.
The goal is to find the center of it. If you can do that, then maybe you can be free.
What the man in black's trying to do, mate? He wants to find the centre of the maze. Before we see this bit here, yeah, she's waking up with them two dudes that she fell in the arms of last episode. I was thinking, how's he extract them out? That's what... I still would like to know that. How does he pull her out of this world, the park, into that box with him to have a conversation, to put her back into this place? Like, how does that happen? Like, because there was a conversation that they had before, and he's like, someone might notice you here, you know, best be on your way. And I was like, what? He's just going to walk back in the... Like, what's going on there? How does he full on take her presence out and drop her in, and then come and drop her back with these guys? Like, she's never gone in the first place. Spinning again on the piano, or the coda or something's coming down.
Ever had something on the tip of your tongue, and the harder you try to remember, the more it slips away?
Most things touch the tip of my tongue. I'm happy to forget.
Oh, she can hear stuff. It's well interesting. Oh look, she's still moving.
I've got another bullet fragment to remove from her abdomen.
Huey wants her back on the floor now. Catch her and get her on the guard.
Those things touch the tip of my tongue. I'm happy to forget.
Yeah, I wonder if she's got a scar. That would be interesting. She doesn't. Oh, she's... looks like Among Us. Oh, she's done it many a times.
Its behavior was unconventional.
It smashed its own head in with a rock.
We managed to stabilize its wetware before there was too much decomposition.
Is there any hope of actually extracting something from this?
We can try. We've all got plenty of work on our plates. If you guys want to take this one, fine. Just get us a copy of the post-mortem when it's done.
I've got hosts imagining voices and climbing mountaintops to consult their astrological chart. This is not a fucking glitch. Everybody around here's got some kind of fucking agenda except for me. And what?
The hosts seem very lifelike. The hosts don't imagine things. You do. That's not Orion. There are 3 stars in Orion's belt, not 4.
You leave now, that no-good outlaw Slim Miller is sure to evade our grasp.
No fucking way. You were the one who dragged me on this stupid bounty hunt. The least we're gonna do is see it through, okay? You really think it's a coincidence that the only thing that you even smiled at back in Sweetwater just happened to drop into your lap?
You know, he sounds like Mark Wahlberg. I personally think anyway. He planted a seed in his head now. He don't know what to think.
How you hope to find anyway?
This whole world is a story. I've read every page except the last one to find out how it ends.
Ah, snake tattoo.
Shame on you. You were a married man up until yesterday. A friend and I were just admiring your tattoo. I'd love to know the story behind it. Where, may I ask, are you headed?
To retrieve something of great value.
You look a little short-handed.
We got enough men.
Seems like you got a couple positions open.
Right, do you know that that woman there with a snake tattoo and it's coming around onto her face? Was she the one that was... Do you remember when he was robbing the bar? Was that when Maeve... Well, I can't remember which episode it was with Maeve, but it was the one where the guy come outside and one of the guests shot him, and I was laughing. I was like, mate, he got him. It might have been episode 2, and he was like buzzing and he was posing for pictures. And they was trying to take the safe, wasn't there? So they went in and she was like, out of all the shitty bars in all the shitty places, you pick this one. Do you know what I mean? And he said something like, you know, me and you, we not really that different. We understand that we have to put in the commitment and the graft into our line of work. That was kind of what he said. And she was outside shooting everyone. And she had a good shot as well. And she was mowing people down. I feel like she was one of them. And I think that guy shot her as well, if I'm being honest. You know the guest.
We've got a host making a pretty big deviation from her loop.
Is she accompanying a guest?
The boss is disrupting so many storylines with his new narrative.
Flag her with behavior. They can pull her today.
Where are you from?
Same as you. You remember?
What's going on, mate?
Ma'am?
The kid's not even there.
One missing from Abernathy Ranch.
I'm not going back.
What's going on here?
Oh, just helping a lost traveler.
She's not lost, she's with me.
Y'all have a nice morning.
Stay here if you want, and I'll just circle back and get you.
No, I think I need to keep going.
Right, see, so what I'm trying to figure out is, yeah, she's just seen that girl that obviously he's gone and killed all the family last episode. His daughter, she was sat on the fountain, but she wasn't really there. She looked on the floor, she's seen the maze, which is obviously probably the maze that they're looking for, because if you find the maze, which obviously Bernard was saying to her at the start, you win the game or something. Do you know what I'm saying? And then, what else was it? Oh, and then she had like a flashback where she seen the gun, and then she seen a graveyard, like where her dad must be buried. But she also walked into like a church which looked like the same location that Ford was stood with Bernard when he was looking, and it was the cross, and he was like, yo, I've got a great idea. How's that going to be part of the park? I have no idea, but I feel like they're trying to tie that together.
Apparently, she needs to make certain this thing they're looking for is where she said she'd signal if the information was good.
Oh.
Guess that's the signal.
I'm
Sorry if I caused trouble with you and your friend.
No, it's fine. I'm glad you found us.
I used to believe there was a path for everyone. I never asked where that path was taking me. We would bring the herd down off the mountain in the fall. Sometimes we would lose one along the way. I'd worry over it. My father would tell me that the steer would find its own way home. It never occurred to me that we were bringing them back for the slaughter. Sometimes I feel like something's calling me, telling me there's a place for me.
Oh, I know that feeling, Dolores.
Oh, that. Oh, it's one of the times where she was attacked.
You alright?
Just gotta chill.
Let's go back to the fire. You're probably exhausted.
That's interesting, that. So again, man, she was attacked and they come in too early before she passed.
Your foundation literally saved my sister's life.
One more word and I'll cut your throat, understand? This is my fucking vacation.
Are they? Yes.
These lunatics plan to steal a cannon from the Union Cavalry unit. Blast her way in.
I'll ride at dawn. I'll go get whatever you want out of that prison and bring it back myself. I want the story behind your tattoo. You ever heard of a man named Arnold? He created a world where you could do anything you want. He died right here in the park, except I believe he had one story left to tell. And I think your tattoo is the next piece of the puzzle.
You know, it kind of reminds me of Ready Player One. Don't know if you've ever seen it, but basically, obviously, you know, somebody's created a virtual reality world. You know what I mean? Not like this type, but it's a VR futuristic one where you can create your own avatar character and go into it, the Oasis. Inside the Oasis, just as he dies, yeah, he says that these 3 keys, whoever finds these 3 keys gets the whole fortune. They get the billions, you know what I mean? You literally become the world's richest person. And it's there for everybody to solve. And that's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's not like this, like, because we don't know what the prize is, but it's like a creator of a thing. The park, the Oasis, have left an Easter egg inside, a prize. The same, the money. How and who's going to find it? It's going to be interesting to see what the reward is for this one.
Don't suppose you have a light?
No smoking in here.
Perhaps you'd like to try one yourself. He was confronted with a truth you could not comprehend. That no choice you ever made was your own. You have always been a prisoner. What if I told you I'm here to set you free?
Horse thieves. Damn fools shot up a couple folks practically in front of us.
Deputy, you have there in your custody the most wanted man in 3 territories. Pedro, Maria. Heard you slipped the rope.
The way he tells it, he's more partial to a firing squad.
I reckon we'll be happy to oblige.
Enjoy the cigars. Go fuck yourself.
Guess where you supposed to be?
Your salvation. You know, you always seemed like a market-tested kind of thing. Big gun, tasteful scar, locked in your little cycle like a prized poodle after its own tail.
What turns of fate that brought you here?
It's a long story, and we don't have the time.
Got more time than your friends.
I've got a request for a pyrotechnic effect.
Approved.
Oh, why is he getting the, do you know, the approval? Who is there? Oh, the pyrotechnics and the cigars. Again, he's going to hear all the gunshots while he's blindfolded, and he's just going to be stood there.
Motherfucker.
Yo, you a dep?
Your friend here simply owes me a word or two.
I was 7 when they rode into my town. Masked men in devil's horns. They killed everyone, women, children, even the animals. They gutted my mother from her jaw to her sex. Every one of them I tracked down, I used their blood to paint my skin again.
Only one man left, the head of the snake.
Most know him as Wyatt.
He must be trying to pull it all together, because I'm assuming her character has known Wyatt for ages. That's what I'm feeling like. She's known Wyatt for time. And then, obviously, last episode, we've seen it get, you know, that story got implanted into his head. You know, the guy that's kind of dating Dolores. I don't know his name, man. James Madison or something, whatever it is in real life. Him, man, he's now got the Wyatt storyline as well, and we seen him. He was fighting them on the cliff, wasn't there? And he looked like he was captured last episode, because the guy come back down to town. He was like, mate, look, I called the Rangers, waiting for backup. But if there is any, you know, like any god out there, then, you know, he'll have mercy on him. He'd be dead already. So, mate, it's interesting. Oh, it's a man that looks like what she's been drawing.
Girl, what is this? What does it mean?
Don't waste your breath, lady. That thing's part of their so-called religion.
The tall one. I've seen him before.
Do you think they're here for something?
I think they're interested in more than a turnip for Annie's backside.
Their storyline's interesting as well, to be fair.
Tomorrow I have to talk to Ford, creating chaos in the park. And the board will be descending at any moment. I need to buy some time. I have nothing to be defensive about.
Then don't cross your arms. The belly is the most vulnerable part of every animal.
Sometimes, despite your best efforts, you can actually be quite charming. Narrative you're creating is clearly a massive endeavor. If you need more time, I'm sure the board would be happy to oblige.
Me. You imagine I've gone mad?
Simply concerned about the extent of the changes you're making.
I've seen many of you come and go over the years, and I can tell the ones who enjoy their time here and the ones who don't.
When I started working here, I realized this place wasn't something I would enjoy.
Arnold always held a somewhat dim view of people. He preferred the host. He begged me not to let you people in. We designed every inch of it, every blade of grass.
How's it stopped?
In here we were gods.
And how did that work out for Arnold?
Sadly, he lost his perspective.
I don't know if you to trust him, man.
I sat at with my parents. This is the chair I sat in.
We know everything about our guests, don't we? As we know everything about our employee. I do hope you will be careful with Bernard.
I beg your pardon, señorita.
You see how he flicked his finger then and it went back?
The board will agree with me. They'll be sending a representative.
But they already have. I thought they would have told you.
Who's the representative?
I'm not the sentimental type.
What's he creating? You know, I'm trying to figure out what he's creating, me, honestly. Like, obviously he made this park, but there's still a board, and the board, he's got to answer to them, but... Do you know what I mean? It's like I've created a business and created a board, and obviously the board can still overthrow the owner if the owner's doing bad things. It can actually happen. Do you know what I mean? Just because I created something and I'm the founder, doesn't mean that the board who actually run it as a business can say, yo, he's doing terrible decisions. He's actually running us into the ground. As a collective vote, unanimously, we're going to take him off, like, being in charge. It's kind of like what they're kind of insinuating, but I don't really know what he's creating. I actually don't know what he's creating. What's his end game? I still want to know how Arnold is it, how he died. He knows everything about everyone, him, you know, Ford. He knows that was a table that she sat in when she was a kid, you know, many different people who've had her positions, even a relationship with Bernard, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what his intentions are. That's the thing. I have no idea what he's intending to do.
If you're outnumbered, the last thing you need is somebody standing by. I can help.
I know it doesn't make any sense to you, but I can't get hurt in there, but you can. Goodbye kiss. Seriously, if you don't bang her by tomorrow, I'm calling dibs.
Need to make sure that snake-hearted son of a bitch doesn't try to...
Yeah. Risk, reward, we got it. Slap leather, cocksuckers. Did I fucking tell you or what?
Roll the bottle at him. Oh, right through the table. Oh.
Two men taking on Wyatt.
Keep talking and I'm going to take the horse back, Lauren.
Ruthless art in it. Look at it. Looks sick with that. Is that a vulture on top of it? Oh, Teddy, mate. He's alive.
I should have guessed. It looks like misery's all you got.
That reward is dead or alive, right?
Always best bring him in alive.
Look, my boss, El Lazo, he'll pay you twice what the marshals will.
And won't...
What the fuck? You have no idea how lucky we just got.
Look, you just shot an innocent man.
No, he's a robot. Your bullshit mission led us right to an Easter egg. Come on, you got to, you know, save the girl, and now give me a little something. What is your problem the second we get away from the real world? You turn into an evil prick. It's a fucking game, Billy. Don't call me Billy. Are you still trying to impress her?
Do you know what? I'm not being funny. But it is a game. It is a game. And when I play games, I do the maddest shit. I'm not going to lie. Do you know what I mean? If I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, I kill everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go rogue. you're supposed to go left, I'll go, you know, I'll go right, me. I'll take out all the people over there, even though I'm not supposed to, and then I go and kill all them over there. Do you know why? 'Cause it's fun. And like, in real life, it's different. That guy's an innocent man. But from the other guys, do you know what I mean? You kind of got two outlooks on the perspective. You've got one, he's seen it as it's all just fun and games. None of it's real. The robots. Let's have a good time. Let's go shoot everybody. Do you know what I mean? Pretend we're cowboys. Get about there. Do the Easter eggs. Kill everybody. And everyone's like, oh, I ain't got a bit. You know what I mean? That guy's innocent. Like, we shouldn't be going around hurting people. I can see both sides of it, and like, I can't really hate on any of them because both of them are kind of, well, both of them are morally right, aren't they? One of them's just having fun in a game. He knows it's not real. Like he just said, mate, what is it when we come into this world you become an absolute dick? Well, do you know what I mean? It's because it's different. He's having fun here. It's not real. He knows it's not him. But then again, do you know what I mean? Your morals will still stand if somebody's innocent. And you know, you're not just going to go around and kill them. That's how the other guy's approaching it.
The floor show. Got some guests riding with Hector this time.
Retask a few of those soldiers. You'll need to state your business.
Mayhem.
Yes, he is. She's gone rogue. See, the people not watching thinking what's going on.
You're here for what's in the safe. I can always tell when a man wants something that's not on the menu. I'll give you the combination in exchange for some answers. I want to know about this.
We'll give him a night in lockup, then have one of the girls at the Mariposa bring him a key hidden in their breakfast.
The man who walks between worlds. You were sent from hell to oversee our world. Is this the last thing you required of me?
I thought I was crazy, but I got shot.
There's no wound?
No, but I was shot.
I'm not in the habit of cutting into defenseless women. You want to die lying down or up on your feet?
Go to hell.
She got one of them. What was that? A bullet? The bullet's still in her. They didn't take it out.
I'm not crazy after all, and that none of this matters.
She knows she's respawning. That's what it is. Yeah, she knows. That takes you back to... Do you know... What flashback did she have? Was it when she was talking to... Okay, it was when she was talking to that girl in the bar, wasn't it? And they were saying stuff, and then she kind of started drifting, didn't she? She started seeing... And like, she remembered that when she was on that operating table. That was when she... Do you know when she seen that figure and she ran into that room and she drew it, and then she went to hide it under the floor? And when she opened it, she's done that multiple times. So the thing is, it's like she's reliving this day. You said it was 5 of those drawings. This would be the 5th day that she's relived the moment, seen it, and thought, yo, and put it under the floor. Because they'll reset the characters in the story, but, you know, well, I was good. As I say, they won't reset the props, but they would, wouldn't they? Let's be honest, because everything that gets smashed and destroyed in the drinks, it would get reset back. So, like, if you moved a piece of paper or drew something, it would just get erased, wouldn't it? You would think, anyway. But, like I said, yeah, so she was talking to that girl. She started getting these flashbacks. She was remembering, she was seeing stuff, and, like, obviously she's seen that guy, and that's what she'd drawn. But as she was seeing that person, she heard that they were saying something about, yo, we not got the bullet out. And did somebody come in and he was like, look, we need to get her back in the game, you know, back in the park quickly. You know what I mean? Stitch her up, get her back in. And that might be where she's remembered. She's like, look, mate, I do remember being shot. I remember being on the floor and them coming over to me because she wasn't fully dead, was she? And then she was like, this bullet's still inside me, but I don't understand why she couldn't cut herself up, to be honest. Why could she not cut herself up? Maybe there's no knives around there and she was waiting for that opportunity because she knows, or she had that feeling, the incline, that that situation was going to happen again. And do you know what I mean? We didn't actually see what was in that safe. Again, the man in black here, once he'd gone and he rescued him, he cut that deal with that woman, didn't he? The one with the snake tattoo. They saved him. She gave him a bit of information. He's gone on his merry way. They've come in and carried on replaying the game, so to speak. And obviously he's gone to do the code, and we didn't actually see the save. But maybe he comes back next time and he remembers something, or they replay it and he just fast forward. So instead of that little encounter, you know, they move on to the next one. But she's not said any code yet to get in somebody's head. So he's like, what does it mean? But now it looks like they've been killed. So then in the next episode, when they replay like the same scenario, is he going to have those memories? Because the only 2 people so far that we see that can actually, you know, kind of question the reality that they live in is Dolores and Maeve, because she's had a saying said to her, and she's had a saying said to her. So it's kind of like mess with the fragments inside of the brain, so to speak. And now that's what's giving them kind of questions to, you know, like questioning their, obviously, the reality. Now, the interesting thing is, you know, Dolores, she was told by Bernard to go and find the maze. You know, if you go and find the maze, you win the prize or something, he was saying. But we still don't know what that is. And again, we've still got the man in black searching for it. But so it is interesting, and it's something there. And he was saying he's been and played every level, done every quest or something. He's completed everything on the game, but he's never made it that far. He's never done the maze, and this is his final like chapter. Now, I was thinking that he may have been, you know, he may have been Arthur, is it? Or Arnold. Forgot the name. Now, I don't know, because he was referencing that Arnold was someone else. Do you know what I mean? A creator himself, he was referencing him. Do you know what I mean? But it's got me questioning it again. But I do like it. You're always guessing. That's the thing. You're always guessing. And if you follow my shows throughout the whole of the channel, I always say, look, mate, it can be either action or it can be either storytelling. It can be slow. But as long as the whole episode I'm either entertained with a full-on fighting scene, or I'm full-on guessing, questioning, trying to figure out what's going on and keeping my mind engaged, you're doing me well. You're keeping me on my toes, and it always makes you want to see the next one to get the answer to the questions that I'm having in this episode. So I think so far this show's done really well in terms of the flow, the action scenes, and also like engaging me with information, because my mind's always ticking. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out our channel today. Hopefully guys enjoyed it. So with 4 episodes in, mate, we are absolutely flying, and the story is just getting more interesting and intriguing, and I still really have no idea what is actually going on and what's trying to be achieved. Do you know what I mean? So like, although now I'm understanding that it's a park, and obviously we've got a host, which are obviously the characters, and we've got the guests, which are people who come in, and basically they pay 40k a day, it seems, each to spend time here, and you could just live the ultimate experience. Whether you're just a crazy person who loves murdering everybody, you could do that. Whether you're just a person that wants to go and sleep with people, you know, you could do that as well. Or whether you want to go on adventures, it's all there for you. And obviously different people come here with different personalities as well, and you know, maybe you go there with somebody thinking that you know them, and then when you see them in this environment, your opinions totally change. It seems like that's what's happening with these two guys anyway. Do you know what I mean? They've gone there, and on the train on the way there, he was saying, look, mate, I cannot wait to find out who you truly are. That's what they said to the guy, well, the guy who's been in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, not the guy who's been in Shadow and Bone, who's gone off actually with one of the guys on a side quest, you know, the one that's actually kind of taking a liking with Dolores. He's kind of had, I don't know, he's more morally like person, isn't there? You know, he's kind of by the book, he's playing the game a little bit, but it doesn't really want to hurt anyone. The other dude, not ass, is it? You know, we seen him first when a guy was coming over and asking him about a quest, stabbed me, hit him last episode or the one before, right in his hand, and then obviously here today, he's gone in, he's shot everybody up, he's even shot the guy that was taking him on the quest themselves. You know what I mean? He's like, mate, we found an Easter egg here, mate, we're on a gold mine, let's go and do it. So he's got off that way, and obviously Dolores is here with him. Now the interesting thing is as well, like, they're referencing now around them, and now she can start kind of remembering a little bit. They always reference it like, she won't remember, she's a robot, she'll forget, it doesn't matter, she's not real. And like, a couple of people have said this to her, and she's been around in this environment, and like, I'm sure that it's going to start getting into her head, and she's going to start remembering, because she is building a conscience, and she's starting to think and remember and try and question the reality that she's in. And you know, that's what makes it really interesting as well. It's not just her now, it's Maeve. And again, she knew that this situation was going to play out, like I just said there. And what she's done is she's remembered that she was on the operating table and there was a bullet in her, and they stitched her up before it could happen. And again, do you know what I mean? She's gone in, she's waited for the perfect time. I'm interested that the fact is they knew that they was rolling into town to create this chaos. You know what I mean? They even instructed, let's create some diversions and all that. For them, they was watching it, but then when it went off script, I'm surprised that, you know, they wasn't saying, what's going on here, what's Maeve doing, what's happening, because they just kind of brought them in, drawn them in, give them a little story, and then just kind of moved on. And she managed to, you know, go to him, cut herself, and she's kind of got an answer. She knew that something was going on, she knew that she was shot, she had no mark, she was questioning, am I saying or am I not? Pulled it out, there's the bullet. Now even he said to her, what does this mean? Now, what does it mean? Do you know what I mean? In terms of them, they have no idea. It's just another question of the reality of the world that they're living in. They can't quite understand it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like us now. we started having dreams that we were shot, and I was thinking, bloody hell, do you know, is that deja vu or what? Like, what's going on here? I feel like it's real. You know what I mean? Like, and you start seeing flashbacks in situations, and you're like, I'm sure I've lived this before. That's literally what it is, deja vu. And then do you know what? You're like, I've definitely been shot, 100%. And then you cut yourself open, there's a bullet inside. You'd literally be like, what is going on? And that's where she is, and that's why it's really interesting, because how do you react from this? Have you got to go around just pretending life's normal again? Or do you start telling people and then sounding crazy, and maybe you get pulled from the park? Because last time, when she was kind of going off script, when she was in the bar, when she was talking, it was like, look, mate, she's had a day, she's getting old, let's pull her in the morning. You know what I mean? Very, very interesting. And a man in black still on his mission. Again, you know, he's gone and done his quest. Pretty good, actually. Getting this guy out. Obviously, the one that ended up being with Maeve at the end of the episode. But his girlfriend, his wife, or whoever it is, she's got a big snake tattoo all over her body. And, you know, he's asking her the answers, the reason why she's got it. And, you know, what did she say now? Did she say her family was attacked and her parents was killed? And basically, she's gone around pretty much trying to kill everybody that was involved in it. That's kind of what she was saying. And now each like red mark represents a death of a person that was there, and there's only one left, the snake, the head of the table. And I don't think she actually said who that was, which again is really interesting. It's definitely not the man in black, because they was having a conversation and, you know, they've seen each other. Yeah, maybe it's again like the creators. Is it Ford? Do you know what's going on with him as well? You know, he's creating this big massive thing. He's destroying the world. He's building something. They always had a flashback. She had like a big church. It was a place where her dad was buried. She found a gun. I feel like that's part of his creation that he's making or made. And I don't know if she's thinking, she's remembering the past, but then what we're watching of him's the past as well. If it is, that'll be like a proper head. This be like Inception. But again, he's like a creator. He's like, he feels like he's a god. Do you know what I mean? He was even saying to that woman, you know, like, when we was in here, we were seen as gods, and he could control everything. He wafted his finger, and like everything froze. And he kind of was intimidating to her as well. Yes, this was the chair that you sat in when you was a kid. Yeah, we did do this table. He's pretty much saying, I am the person in charge here. Yeah, you might have a board, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care what they say. I'm doing what I want. I created it. You know, this is my world. I'm a god. I'm doing it. It'll be ready for them. Just tell it. So, again, I have no idea what his plan is as well. I kind of don't even know really where we're going with the Sora, if I'm being totally honest, but that's not a complaint, because it's been really entertaining. All that is keeping me engaged for the next episode to see what's going on. It's very good. So thanks for checking out today's. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.